What's up, guys? Today we have a VOD review of Genius TTV. He is a Diamond 3 Sova player. He has like an Immortal Act rank, I'm pretty sure, so he's played an Immortal, he knows how to play an Immortal, but he's currently a little down bad, and he's looking to eventually break into that Radiant skill level range. So we're going to be going over his VOD, and we're going to be talking about some things that I think he did well and some things I think he did poorly. So let's get started. All right, first things first, we got Pistol around here. You're lining up some geek double shock darts for stairs, which I don't actually hate because you're coming in on an execute, so it's not the worst thing in the world to throw these in the middle of an execute. But I'm assuming I'm going to see some more of shock darts like this later in the game, where you just sort of burn your shock darts at the start of the round. But we'll talk about that when we get there. Good entries on site here. You get your dart up, and now in this situation, this just comes down to a lack of communication, which is understandable because it's ranked, you know. But what happened basically was your Omen was flanking mid, and he had a really good flank, and you darted for him to help him get kills, right? In the situation in which you dart for him, you guys should have been playing up on like sidewalk or gotten close stairs in order to fight off the dart with your Omen and help trade your Omen. But ideally, in my opinion, your Omen would have hid mid, waited for you guys to start taking some contact in sight, have the enemy team forget about the possibility of the late flank, you dart, and then he comes in much, much later and flanks later. Either play would have worked or would have been better than what you currently do. But it just comes down to a lack of communication, a lack of awareness. Three of your teammates jumped into sight. Your Omen didn't comm that he was flanking. He didn't ask for you guys to come fight with him. And you guys didn't comm to him, hey, can you flank late? So it's not really anybody's fault. It's just sort of you guys didn't talk to each other. But now this sort of leaves you guys in a weird situation where you're all stuck backside. And fighting backside pinned back here on B is really, really bad. So something I would have liked to see from you guys in this situation is coordinate a peek, especially since you're all 3 weak now. You guys should have said something like, okay, let's triple swing stairs, let's triple swing lane. You gotta fight, and you gotta try and trade out these you gotta try and trade out these kills instead of just sitting back here and letting the enemy team triple swing you guys and fight you one by one. You're not doing anything to help your teammates right now by sitting in the back of sight and holding these tight-ass angles with a pistol. You're probably not going to hit that headshot. So it's better if you guys just talk to each other, say, hey, can we swing something together, take the fights, trade it out, and see how it goes. But, you know, no comms were said when you guys got into this post-plant situation. Everybody sort of just played selfishly, and it led to you guys losing the round. But that's comms. We'll go to the next round. Ah, I was correct. We got more geek double shocks. At the start of this round, you guys said that you were going to go B. I'm thinking these shock darts either land... It looks like they're going deep mid, but I don't know. I don't do these lineups, so I don't actually know them. It looks like they're going deep mid. I don't like the use of double shock darts unless it's like on like an execute, like you did at stairs. Like I think that was okay. With the other utility pressuring the players in sight, suffocating them, forcing them into like playing stairs where your shock darts will land on them and they don't actually hear them coming because there's gunshots and other utility being thrown. But in a situation like this where you're just chucking at the start of the round for no reason into a random spot, I don't really see the purpose of it. I think it would be better off if you would have saved them for like chip damage and post plant, like shooting them at choke points, or bouncing, like say you know a guy's in lane, you could bounce it off the wall and hit the guy lane. But using your shock darts for more guaranteed damage, I think will help you get a lot more mileage out of them in the future, instead of just chucking them at the start of the round and trying to go for TikTok clips. But that's beside the point. Let's move on. Let's continue with the round. Dart there's a little bit early. Again, it's sort of a communication thing. You thought you guys were going fast B, but your Reyna's still in the back, so you shot it just a little bit early because your timing was off. Good awareness to watch out for the market swing, and a good trade on the guy's sight. You're now in a 3v3 post-plant situation. Don't necessarily agree with you fighting market here, but they have worse guns because it's their bonus round, so it's not a big deal. I do like this drone a lot. It helps you get info and helps your Omen, enables your Omen to get 2 kills. And now this is a very, very losable 1v3. Your Omen's overpeaked and gone down in B main. And the Raze has used her satchels to gain space and get a real gun. So now she has a rifle. And again, you're in this post-plant situation, and you're not talking to your teammate at all about how you're going to play it. If you're going to push stairs, tell your teammate that you're going to push stairs. You just say, don't peek that, don't peek that. But you don't actually tell your teammate how you want him to play off of you or what you plan on doing. So you no-com, walk, push stairs, and your teammate goes down in a 1v1. So again, you're just giving up 1v1s, and these are kills that are favoring the enemy team. You do end up clutching this round, but I think from these first 2 rounds that I have watched, it's very apparent that like you need to talk more in post-plant situations and communicate to your teammates what you are going to do and what you want them to do.
2, 1.
Let's talk about some more post-plant stuff.
0.
Because this is probably what the most of the criteria or the critiques are going to be. But you know, you were holding lane, trying to work a pick and market. It's a 4v4 situation, and you drone for info. I like this drone a lot. This is good timing on the drone. You get a lot of info out of it. You tag the Sage, and you don't see anybody else. You know there's a guy opping CT. You got a tag on a guy market, and one of your teammates just went down, so now it's a 3v4. And when you're man down, you want to take fights if you get the space. You don't want to force the issue, but you want to take fights in order to try and even up man's situation. And I think that if this guy in market is scanned and backing up and not peeking, and you can see that through the wall, I think that you should take the space that this Sage is giving you, and I think that you should swing CT and try and get one and back up. Because there's no way, there's no way somebody who's CT is expecting you to swing sidewalk if they think their Sage is in market and fighting as well. So they think that they can just come out of CT for free. So I think you should have peeked out, tried to get one, and then backed up. But instead, you don't take advantage of the space that this Sage gives you. You just sort of stare at her through a wall, take some horrible pot shots that do nothing except give away your position, and then, you know, eventually you get recon scanned out and died. So you didn't really do anything from the position that you were in, and you didn't take advantage of the space the other team was giving you. So pretty poorly played on your part. I realize that your teammates all peeked and died, but if they're doing that, then you got to make a counterplay as well. Hey guys, fun reminder that I stream every day from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Twitch, twitch.tv/Bumpa. Check out all this incredible content that you're missing out on. You trying to suck me? Justin, you sucking me? Oh my god. I've been stunned by you. You're so stunning. You're so stunning. Suck me off. Suck me off.
Yeah, no, stand right there.
Okay, yeah.
Pulling them in.
Mwah.
Mwah.
Oh my god, I can see that on video.
Right here, it looks like your team's trying to split B through market, and you say, it's kind of funny at the end, you go, right here.
Team, what happened?
Team, what happened? I'll tell you what happened. I'll tell you what happened. You darted nothing. This dart here, it scans, you throw it at the top of this roof, and it looks like it scans. It can kind of scan market, maybe because of how high because of like where it is, like it's hanging off the piece of the roof. So it might scan the beginning of market, but it's not going to scan deep, and it scans back CT. This is useless. It does nothing. This dart does nothing. You can easily smoke off CT if you wanted to keep them from peeking it. You don't need a dart to reveal CT. You should have darted for like pizza or in market in order to help your team fight, but they end up getting killed. The reason why they died is because they go in, they get slowed, and then they try and get into market and take a fight. And there's a Sova who's playing here, a Sage who's peeking them from here, a Raze nade's coming in. Like, your team's getting crossfired to death, and your dart didn't do anything to help them. So, bad dart placement that didn't give your team any space to work with or any info to fight people off of. Bro. I am going to noogie you if I see you dry swing a main with a sheriff again when you have drone and dart up. I swear to God. Don't do it again. Alright, we got another round here. You do a pretty good job of battling your way back into this round. If I'm gonna be Father Bump here, critiquing you, there's no need for the grumpy gills attitude when your teammates die and be main on mic. You don't need to say, "Oh, come on, guys," on mic. It's gonna do nothing but tilt your team. So keep that thought to your head. Don't fucking say it out loud to your teammates. But good awareness here, and way to battle back. That raises an idiot for fighting off Cat in a 5v2, but, you know, I would do that too, honestly, because sometimes you're just feeling yourself, and you say, screw it, I'm going to swing something. Good use of the utility here to find your information in mid. I like the drone timing. Nice shot on that Cypher as well. So you're doing a good job of taking advantage of the opponent team's aggressiveness in order to try and like and battle back from this man down situation. Obviously the other team is not playing this well, but you've hit some nice shots and you've shown some good awareness to understand where the enemy team is coming from
He's going CT.
and what they're gonna peek.
Yeah, literally, I play off alt here. You play it's like it's one. He's gonna swing heaven, or he's gonna.
I don't like this call from you. You say, I like that you're gonna play post plant here with your Sovo. I don't mind this at all. But to tell your Reyna to play it like it's a 1, I think is what you said. You said I play ult here, you play it like it's 1. I think I would have rather have both. First of all, I don't think anybody closed door. I don't think I'm smoking crack here. I don't think either of you closed door, and you were the second in, so you should have closed door. So now your Reyna can't get out. Yep, door was open. But I think you and Reyna should be playing together, right? Like, when you ult, you'll have your Reyna back in a main to hold for you when if this guy tries to rush you. But now that it's like you're playing 1v1s, you really have to rely on your Reyna buying a lot of time here. But going tree, her going tree is actually not a bad play at all. So
that I'm playing over here.
She plays this well with the information that she's given, and the Sova took a while to get on site. So
3.
I think you know what? I think I was wrong. I think you played this kind of perfectly for the situation that you were in. I think in an ideal world, you probably should have played together. But when I think you baiting and drawing attention to Sova, and he's probably got his teammates in his ear saying, hey, there's Sova has ult, he's going to use it for post plant, which causes him to push. I think that although we have different ideas of how the round should have played out, I think that you played this round out to like the best of your ability, and you played this pretty well. So I think that I'm being a little nitpicky here and saying that you both should have gone back main. I think it's the safer play to both go back main, but the situation that you put yourself in, you played it very well.
I heard him make it.
Really good job battling back from that 2v5.
If he ever shocked her, it's fuck.
I just want to say that I hate that this worked. I know I've given you a bunch of shit for the double shock darts this video already, but I'm still mad that that worked. You know? Like, how does he not hear that? Like, that kid doesn't have sound on, I swear to God. That shit sounds like an artillery strike coming in, and he just stands in it, so... Maybe he was in his smokes. That's the only explanation that makes sense, is he was trying to line up a smoke for door, and he got murked. But yeah, like, I know it worked, but I gotta say it again for all the little Sova noobs that think they need to know lineups for this, because I gotta talk to them one-on-one right now. Guys, you don't need to do shock darts like this. Like, pistol round especially, having double shock darts on pistol round is really, really good because players don't have full armor, so any chip damage that you give them makes them much weaker and makes your gunfights a lot easier. So, like, if you know they were going to come out of that choke point, then you could, like, the bouncing shock darts into, like, choke points and stuff like that and doing chip damage is really, really strong. This nets you a kill. It's fine to do every once in a while. I personally think you do this a little bit too much. I think that sometimes you waste your shock darts. It worked out this time, but... You know, Sova mains are going to Sova main, so I can't really stop you from doing you. I just think that you should tone down the frequency just a smidge, and maybe practice using your shock darts in a little bit more practical situations. I just want to use this retake to show people that even immortals and diamonds are idiots.
Healing bitch.
These are some pretty basic mistakes that you see the enemy team making. Like this guy's swinging a main when your teammates aren't even out. Nobody on the other team is playing off anybody else's contact. Their comms probably sound pretty similar to yours when you guys were on attack side in post plant situations where you guys literally weren't talking to each other and weren't talking about how you wanted to play it out. But if you just watch, like, these guys are just swinging things and giving up their lives and throwing away crossfires and man advantages. Like, Cypher's lost, Sage is swinging, she's lost, and now this guy comes out from under hell because now he's left in an almost impossible situation. So, players who are in high elo, they're not perfect. Even they make dumb, stupid mistakes. Actually, you know, I would say most of them make dumb, stupid mistakes. Being in a higher elo doesn't exempt you from being smart. And, you know, so it's important to understand that just because you're in a higher elo doesn't make you a perfect player. It doesn't make you that much better at the game. You probably just have better mechanics. So,
nice.
Just wanted to get that off my chest. That's not to say that you gold players, who I know I'm going to get a billion comments like this, like, your point about immortal player, like high ranked players just having good mechanics is so true. They're all so dumb. Like, I feel like I'm such a good... No, you're bad too, okay? You're also bad. You're all bad, okay? That's why we watch these videos. That's why I make these videos, so you can get better. You're all bad, okay? If you're gold, you're not some fucking radiant game sense level gamer, okay? You're also bad. That's important to understand. That's important to realize it. It helps with the learning process to think about yourself and realize that you're not good and you have room for improvement. That is important to growing and learning as a player. Just wanted to say that. I think this round is a really good example of some utility overlap. So you throw your double shock dart lineup at A main, or double shock darts. And then you go and dart tiles for your team. This is a cool dart, by the way. I'm stealing this the next time I fucking play Sov on this map. But you shoot your dart in mid, and it lands, and you get 3 scans here, right? And immediately you drone, okay? And the problem with you droning here is you're not calming it to your team. You didn't calm to your team that you're going to dart mid for them and they could fight off of it. You're not calming to your team that you're going to drone mid here and they could fight off of it. So you're just overlapping your own utility and getting information that you don't need. You've already scanned mid. You know they're in mid. You don't need to drone now to confirm that they are in mid. If you're going to drone, you should communicate to your team, hey, I'm going to drone mid, I might get a tag, you can probably fight off of this, right? But you don't do any of this, and instead you just get more useless overlapped information, and you've burned some of your best utility here in a 5-second sequence, and you got no value out of it, right? You've done nothing. That utility did literally nothing for you. You didn't fight off of it, you're in the same exact position that you were before, and now the enemy team has pushed up and they have taken mid control from you, right? And you've been pushed back. Another thing, this is the other part of the round that I wanted to talk about, but you get your dart back up and you see that they're splitting mid. They walled you off here. They've smoked. They've caged. This dart you're about to throw, useless. It does nothing for you. You can't fight off of it. You already know that they're going into market. These scans do nothing. You can't capitalize off of this at all. It's bad dart timing. You should have saved it for sight. You could have darted on either the retake, or you could have thrown a dart, like, say, close here, scanned them, maybe you got a pre-fire kill off of, but you need to use it in a way that you can actually get value out of it, rather than, oh, they're splitting mid to B, I know that they're going mid to B, let me dart it and confirm that they're going mid to B, even though I already know they're going mid to B. You seeing those guys butt through that wall don't really do anything for you. It's overlapping information, and that's the death of Sova players. You need to make sure that you're getting value out of every dart, every drone. I wanted to use this round as sort of like a round to just praise you, say you did a good job, because I don't do this enough. Good dart timing here on their execute. Could have been, maybe it might be a little soon, because you could have. You didn't really know this smoke was coming. It was good. It was good dart timing. You had good dart timing. You get a sage through the smoke. I kind of like the fact that you're pressing the issue here and you're swinging through their smoke and you're taking advantage of this. The Omen smoke here is not very good. I don't really like throwing Omen smokes heaven. I'd rather use like a piece of utility to stop it, like a Raise Nade or a Sova dart. I think that's a lot better for stopping people from coming out of heaven than a smoke. The smoke sort of just gives them more space to work with and lets them get deeper and further out into heaven. So you took advantage of his bad smoke. You swing through it, you get another kill on him. Take down the Cypher at door, and you just keep going, and you hit some really nice shots. So I thought this was a really sick round. I thought you played it pretty well. Unfortunately, this guy takes your ace, but it is what it is. You'll survive.
YouTube, TikTok, fucking
You'll
everything.
survive. It's on my YouTube, so you know it survives. The clip made it. But good round, man.
Come on.
Bro, it's getting redundant, man. I'm gonna lose my mind.
There's almost whipped.
Wait, how'd you cancel the... Wait, how'd you do that? Wait, what was that? Wait, hold on. Hold on. I'm about to start ranting because you've thrown this double shock dart lineup at A main like 3 rounds. Like, it worked on pistol, okay? You've gotten all the mileage out of it. It's not gonna work again. But wait, how'd you do this? How'd you cancel the charge like that? How'd you do that? I've never seen that in my entire life. I'm so confused right now. Okay. You don't need to share your tricks, you wizard. But still, bro, like,
kills don't matter, you know. I think I was a whip.
we've used these shock dart. If this gets a kill right now, because I haven't watched the clip. Okay, you've used those shock darts multiple times, bro. You're not getting any more mileage out of it. You're just wasting shock darts at this point. You gotta tone back the double shocks, my man. You gotta tone them back.
Good kill. They have so much like map control. It's crazy. I left grass open, bro. I can hold it.
You said they have so much map control, and I kind of agree. Something I've noticed this entire game is it feels like you guys don't really have any like cohesive setups. You guys haven't really been talking about how you want to play the games. I swear, like 90% of the time when I look up at the minimap in mid round, you have like you and Spawn with a drone or dart, and then you have like a teammate in CT and a teammate market, and you guys have just like pretty much completely given up like all of this on the map. Your Jet's kind of pushing for map control here, but you guys haven't really talked about setups this whole time, and you guys haven't really cohesively come up with a way that you want to take and hold map control on CT side. You haven't done, like, I don't know, any setups, it feels. Alright, so here you're in a 4v2 situation, and the other team has run B. They were hitting A, but they canceled and ran back cat to B, and you're in a 2v4 situation, so... Like I said early in the video where you were in that 3v4 and you should have fought with the space that you took in with the space that Sage gave up in market, you have to think about it like this. So they're in a 2 versus 4. They need to find kills in order to get man advantage back. You should be expecting somebody to either swing you CT, or you should be expecting somebody to be peeking close market or something like that. But these guys need to play aggressive in order to pick up, or in order to regain the man advantage. If they just say, oh, we're in a 2v4, we're just going to sit in back sight and let you guys come to us and throw your utility at us, they will 100% lose the round every single time. So you need to expect, you need to think about what an enemy player is going to be doing. You need to be thinking about how they're thinking. And you should be expecting them to push and swing you CT here in order to regain man advantage. So you just sitting here with your knife out, not really looking anything, like, this is on you that you died there. It's not unfortunate. It's not unfortunate. You're just not aware. You should have been aware. Like, in man down situations, the enemy team is going to play way more aggressive than normal. You got to be prepared for that.
You can't alter for the 12 one.
And now they have a really strong setup in market and stairs with this crossfire. Your Jet does a good job of smoking off the stairs angle so that you guys can pinch, but he didn't calm that he was going to do it, so you guys didn't fight immediately. And now your idiot teammates are throwing. This would tilt me. Holy, what are they doing? This guy swings lane solo, the other guy swings stairs solo. Nobody's calming. Oh, this is painful. Oh, that's a heartbreaking way to lose. Yeah, your teammates tossed this. I mean, you're part of it because you gave up the first blood. You turned the 4v2 into a 3v2. You weren't aware of the CT peak, but yeah, your teammates peak played this horribly. They're swinging one by one. They're taking bad gunfights. Your Reyna kills this guy market, and he doesn't kill him. Like, hey, wait for me, wait for me, wait for me. Your Killjoy walk peeks this. This is so abysmally played. Just giving this Sage all the 1v1s he needs in order to bring him back in the round and win this game. Your Reyna's hopeless at this point because he's all the way back here and he has nobody to trade with. So, more of the blame definitely goes on your 3 teammates that tossed, but, you know, you need to accept the blame and understand when you make a mistake as well, because that's what this VOD review is for, and that's why we learn. So, yeah, unfortunate, but shit happens. This round, this is unfortunate. These guys had a really good setup, a really good crossfire here. The cage protects the Omen at the start, so when the cage drops, the Omen gets the first shot on your guy, and then the crossfire... I don't know where your Omen smokes are. This guy, he smoked middle. I guess he didn't have another smoke, but nobody has a smoke for garden now because of this. And it leaves you in this strong crossfire. You get the trade on this guy.
No, guys, swing. Jet, what are you doing?
I don't like, again, I think this is a problem, is you getting on mic to complain. Saying, Jet, what are you doing? Does 2 things. One, it's just a bad comm. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't add to your team's round at all. All it does is throw this air of, like, frustration into the air, and it tilts your teammates. Like, I know personally, if I have somebody in my ear going, what are you doing, when I'm still in the middle of a round that we could potentially win, it's going to make me play worse. It's going to make my decision-making worse. So give the comms that you need to make, and then shut up. Wait for the round to end, and then if you need to criticize or help fix somebody, fix it at the end of the round, after the round's over, in a positive manner. Don't, in the middle of your teammates trying to clutch, ask somebody what they're doing in, like, a negative way. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not going to help anybody play better. It's just going to make everybody tilted. It adds to the bad vibes in the atmosphere. So, I think that's a problem. If you watch me on stream, I get tilted more than almost anybody in this fucking community. I am a grade A Malder, but the thing is that I do all my malding off mic. I don't bring my negativity on mic almost ever. Like, I never am toxic to my teammates, especially not in the middle of a round. So I think that's something you could work on here, and I think it will help you bring the vibes up in your game.
You know? Yeah, play B, you know?
This round could have gone so much better. You get the first pick immediately,
Darting.
And in my opinion, this round comes down to your smokers here, your Jet and your Omen. Your Omen needs to smoke this. If you guys are going up cat, somebody needs to ask for this smoke. It's pretty much unacceptable that you guys are trying to come into sight and cross here with no smoke. Your Omen is going to smoke deep mid here in a second, right? Your Reyna and your Jet have worked up cat. Their pacing's really bad right now. They're going they need to chill. They're going way too fast. And you and your Killjoy aren't in A main yet. These guys need to chill in cat room or in tree room and just relax until you are ready to drone out. Your Omen needs to smoke.
Omen, I need your smoke.
Yes, you say, Omen, we need your smoke. It's way too late. And your Omen ends up smoking heaven instead of tree.
He's Jenny.
And then you break the trip and you all just die through the cage. What? It's really unlucky, but you don't, like, this should have never been a situation. You guys needed to communicate to your Omen that you needed to smoke here sooner. Your Jet should have smoked it if your Omen was unable to. Your duelists in tree you needed to call for them to slow down the pace and wait for you to drone. They could have just held, literally, like the 2 of them could have just held here and waited. And because if you guys do all this and you have your Omen who's flanking like this is a guaranteed round win. It literally all comes down to communication, man. It all comes down to communication. I think that's a theme that we've seen through most of this VOD, is that you guys have done a really, really poor job of communicating to each other how you want to play rounds, and how you want to play off of each other. So, unlucky, really. All right, and here we have the last round of OT. You guys are playing. You guys of CT setups have been all over the place. You got 3A this round, including Killjoy, and then you're playing your Reyna and Market and you and CT. So this is you pretty much have to play retake here. The problem with this is that you shoot a dart B main when the Omen line comes in off the rip. So if you're gonna play retake here anyway, you should have saved your dart for when they were coming out, and you could have darted on the wall in order to try and get a free pick through smoke, rather than, you know, wasting your dart into B main at the start of the round. And then you got some shock darts. It looks like you got some lineups for default, so I like this. This is cool. And then this drone, I don't like that you're taking this high here. The enemy, you played retake on B, which means that you gave up all of this. You gave up all of this at the start of the round, right? Which means that you need to use this drone to clear out the close angles to give your team enough space in order to come out of market and come out of CT. You need to take back this area first. This is the most pressing matter. You droning high here and trying to drone sight without clearing close for your team, this doesn't really do anything for your team. You know players are backside. You don't need info on them right now. What you need info on is you need info on the people who are close to give your team the breathing room that they need in order to come out of market and make plays. But your dart gets broken immediately after one tag. Your teammates are coming out of market and they die to people who are pushed up and are taking advantage of the advanced space that they have. There's a player in logs and there's a player in sidewalk. And you didn't comm to your team that you were droning, so they didn't know to wait for it. And you didn't drone an area of the map that was useful. So, really everything that I've seen this game just comes down to comms almost. You know, bad post-plant communication, bad retake communication, bad mid-round communication, overlapping utility. And I think that right there, that's probably, if I had to name the biggest difference between Immortals and Radiance, it would be utility usage and just comms in general. Like, the mechanics difference isn't that huge, you know? You just sort of outplayed yourself this game. You guys didn't work together at all. There was no semblance of team play at all on neither side, really. Like, this game was pretty much just a 5v5 deathmatch. Like, you had those rounds by the other team where they were over peaking in post plants as well. So, I would say your biggest issues are if using a utility effectively. You have good lineups and stuff, but you're not timing them well. You're wasting shock darts, etc. Sometimes you overlap utility, drones, darts. You need to make sure that you're getting the max amount of effectiveness out of those two pieces of utility. And then just comms in general. And, you know, just communicating important information when you need to communicate it. So, unlucky game, you know, this happens, but hopefully you watch this and you take it to heart and you improve on your mistakes and you start ranking up again. I think you have all the mechanical potential to be a higher rank, bro. Like, it's not a problem. It's literally just comms and utility. That's all it is. That's all it really is. So, yeah. If you guys enjoyed this video and you want to see more like this, be sure to click the like and subscribe button for more content just like this. I post an educational video once every weekish. You know, I'm slacking on the upload schedule a little bit right now. I got to get back on my shit. But yeah, but I do stream every singular day from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Twitch. Twitch.tv/Bumpa. Link will be in the description if you want to go drop me a follow, ask me some questions, or just hang out and watch me get angry at the video game. So, yeah. Appreciate you guys watching the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.